Hi, I'm Tim Frost, and this video is going to take you through how the different approaches to recording actually sound and how the mics will work. If you're just thinking about getting a mic, here's a guide to the Tieclip versus a shotgun, versus a handheld, versus a quality condenser, and finally the camera's own microphone. Here's what's good and what's a problem in the real world, and you can have a listen to what they actually do. To get good sound, you normally need to be very close to the sound source. You want to get their sound and not be overwhelmed by the background noise or the reflections off the walls. So here's some microphone options, starting with the Tieclip. The Tieclip, or as it's sometimes called, lavalier mic, is a small battery-powered electric condenser mic with a long lead and a small crocodile clip which you clip onto the jacket or the shirt. The big advantage of the Tieclip is that the mic is close to the speaker's mouth, and even with a lot of background noise, it's easy to get a good clear voice recording. And it's hardly noticeable, especially if the lead is tucked under clothing.
T1.5 lens, it's got very warm...
The downside is that it's only practical for someone standing still, and it only picks up the one speaker. The next mic up is a handheld. Used properly, the handheld mic is great to get just the speaker and not too much of the background noise. For any interview situation, it's very quick and flexible. You don't have to clip it on or rearrange wires, so you're instantly in action, and you can use it for several speakers.
A lot out of it, especially the use of OTT technology in sports and sports production and the impact it's having.
The downside is that it's hardly a hidden mic, and the person using it must be aware that it has to be close to the mouth, because as soon as you let it drop, the sound disappears. Now, let's go to a quality condenser. Here I'm using my standard Golden Age mic and tucking it just out of sight. This is a great option if you're videoing in a very controlled environment where you have time to set it up. Then you can get it close enough to cut out room reflections but still not be in view, unless of course you want it to be. So those are the options for close miking. But if you're location filming, you need something that works from your camera. And that's always going to be a compromise, because the camera will nearly always be too far away to get the best sound. You have two options: the camera's internal microphones or add a shotgun mic. The microphones I've looked at so far have either been omnidirectional or cardioid. Omni mics like the Tieclip pick up sound from every direction equally well. The handheld and studio microphone are normally cardioids, picking up sound much better from the front than from the back, which is exactly what you want for speech. The shotgun mic is a special type of cardioid that is even more directional and really focuses on what it's aimed at. The plus side of the shotgun is that it really is very convenient to use. With its tightly controlled focus, means you can mount it on your camera and still get a reasonable recording of what the camera is aimed at. You just stick it on your camera's hot shoe and point and shoot. Also, it doesn't pick up much in the way of camera noises such as the lens motors or shutter noise. The downsides are that they're not miracle workers. You still need to be relatively close to what you're recording. So finally, the camera's internal mics. You're always warned against using them, but they are the ultimate inconvenience. They're always there for you. And if the camera is pretty close, then the sound is fine. But for anything more demanding, then it can't be relied on to deliver good quality sound, so you should be looking at one of these types of additional mics. Just a word on windshields. If you're working outside, windshields are a must, otherwise even the smallest wind is a problem. Indoors, they are less essential, but I would still tend to use them on handhelds to cut out breath noises, and on Tieclips just to get the mic a little way away from the body. There's no absolute right mic for every occasion. So if you're going to be doing lots of different types of video work, then it's worth investing in, I would say, at least a Tieclip and a shotgun mic. There are two more options for recording. You can use a high quality portable recorder or personal radio mics. And I'm going to have a look at those on a later YouTube. So what you really want to know is what do all these different microphone types sound like. So I've done a bit of a sample of each of them just to give you a feel for them. This is a handheld mic which is great for camera pieces and interviews, but you just have to be certain that the person using it does have some microphone technique. This is the studio mic. It's been placed just out of sight of the camera, but close enough to pick up the voice nicely. The Tieclip mic is really useful for camera pieces, especially when there's a lot of background noise. This is a shotgun mic which is on the flash adapter of the camera, and it's about 1.5 meters from where I'm sitting. And finally, this is the sound of the camera's ultra convenient internal microphones. They're going to work for you in many occasions, but not when you really want to get the best out of your sound. So if you found this useful, give it a like, and of course subscribe. And if you have any questions, pop them in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them.